And ladies and gentlemen, first of all, welcome back. I haven't talked this whole time because this was, again, a journey. A hell of a journey at that. But I think the end result is pretty legit. It's pretty legit. This is a hella good improvement from being, I have never, ever made a helmet at all. So this was my first rodeo into that, and I had to really think about, basically there being layers to just about everything. So the idea of okay, well, if I'm going to make this, I have to break it down to its core component shape, which is that there's this basic circle. That's pretty easy, but then it kind of tapers this way, it goes in. So I'm okay, what can I do with that? So then I ended up messing around with this. This is coroplast, basically. This is all coroplast, but except coroplast doesn't quite work. It's less malleable in terms of making it taping things back together so that you can create this kind of dome-like thing. It's a little bit more rigid, I guess. Anyways, I ended up settling with cardboard. So that is what is in fact inside of it. You can kind of see it there. But yes, who'd have thought? Age-old cardboard works fantastic. But you guys may be like, but Grin, is it weak? Hell no. This is made of the same material as this. This is the paper clay kind of mixture. This is steel. Fine. 100% fine. Stuff is incredibly strong. So, yeah, it's going to last forever, most likely. Also, well, fingers crossed it lasts forever. I'm jazzed. Also, I probably should move the camera, but I want this thing to be in frame. I don't want to hold it the whole time. I'll do it. As for the paint job and whatnot, that, to me, was where this whole thing was starting to get a bit stressful, because I was just man, in order for me to pull this off, I can't mess up the painting process. And unfortunately, actually, when I think about the footage I took, I did one pass of the silver, and then it kind of didn't look that great. And I was like, okay, well, it's fine because we still have to dirty it up. So let's not throw in the towel yet. Maybe when we dirty it up and we actually add some contrast to it, it'll actually look pretty good. You think, right? It's supposed to look like steel. And then I don't know if I took as many pictures of that or recorded as much, but that was much more of me. It's such a I'm not sure how I would show it, because a lot of it is me doing a little bit, me looking at it. It could be darker there. Because basically, this is my desk, so I just have the mask sitting there looking at me the whole day, and I'm just this could be lighter. If this was a weathered mask, it would have this built up dirt around the eyes, so I should basically darken that gold color I have with some black and touch up the sides to make it look dirtier. Also, there would probably be some gunk, black dirt build up on the center line here, so I did that. And then I was but maybe because this is steel or gold, maybe I should take away some at the top or at certain parts. There'd be dirt around here, so let me paint those up more so they look a little bit more dimensional. And yeah. So I think it turned out good for this being the first. Like, I've never painted like this. I've never done anything like this. I tried to do the best research I possibly could and try to like see it in my head a bunch of times before I actually did it. And I think it paid off. I'm very happy with this. For what it's worth, the only thing with this that's a bit sketch is the fitting is almost right, but not quite, in terms of there's like a big gap here. There's like a little bit of a gap here. So I've just basically gone with shoving some like towel up there and putting it on. It works. I wanted to order foam, but turns out foam is actually quite expensive in a weird way. It's like if you want to get a lot of it, it's less expensive, but it's a lot of foam to use. And if you want to get a small bit, then it's like they're nickel and diming you. It's a mess. But I took some of this random trash garbage laying all over my room, and I just threw a box that's about the gap that I mentioned, like so, in there, and then I put it on. I'm ready to crusade, my dudes. Now, this is the mask when it's on my face. It's fitted pretty well. Again, if I had foam, it would be perfect, but it's not quite perfect. I was debating whether I should put like some cloth in here so it remains black, because I feel like when you see my eyes, it just kind of breaks the immersion and the cool factor. So I might do that in the future. But as is, this is basically the look of the mask. Not bad, not bad. I wish I would have measured things a little bit better, because this is a little bit higher than this side, but whatever. It was the medieval time when they made these helmets, and they weren't great. Oh wait, they were really good because they killed all the people that weren't good? Oh shit, okay, well. But yeah, I put venting holes in here and the whole shebang. The whole shebang, man. Those are actual venting holes. They're actual holes in the mask. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Expect more of these. As always, I haven't come up with the next idea that I'm going to do, but I feel like, again, we were making the masks from like the Senpai Death show, whatever, Soul Eater, which I love to pieces, but at a certain point, my flair, my intrigue for it kind of died, which this was brought on just by pure intrigue and pure like wanting to. I seen a meme online with like the weird Crusader memes. I'm sure you've seen them. And I was like, that's hilarious. Wouldn't also, it looks like a totally doable helmet. Like, you know, general shape, all that, not too complicated. Let's take a whack at it. And then I was like, oh wow, there's actually a little bit here. There's a little bit more than I gave it credit for. And then I was like, screw it, I still want to make it. So then bang, made it. We figured it out because I wanted to have it. So I made a point to get past the like, oh god, what do I do kind of vibe. And anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is going to be fun just as like a little decorative piece on my whole weird set. So yeah, anywho, you've been lovely. Thank you so much for your time and putting out with me. And goodbye.